Zel Boy Army, hope you're all doing well tonight. Ultimate Tots weekend seems to be back. I didn't think we was going to get 2 bites here, but it looks like EA have blessed us. We're getting double Ultimate Tots rewards. Good move by EA for once, but I just hope that they don't end up messing it up and just ruin it by giving us Team of the Week for the rest of Foot Champs. That would just be a bit pointless for me and kind of ruin Foot Champs the rest of FIFA, and we've still got 3 months to the next game. However, this is the team I'm going to be going into the weekend with. I'm probably going to get Tots or Team of the Year De Bruyne, depending on what I can afford instead of Awa. It would mess the chemistry up. It would mean Yedder, Atal, De Bruyne are on 8 chem, but they'll still be all beasts on that, so the team's going to be pretty good. But today's video, we're looking at 5 easy ways to improve at FIFA. This is something that I think in general isn't just for FIFA 20, it's for FIFA altogether. And if you like these types of videos, then please subscribe. I'm putting content out like this every day, trying to help you guys get better at the game. If you want a channel dedicated to that, this is the channel for you. If you haven't checked my stream out before, please do. Link in the description below. I will be streaming my Ultimate Tots this weekend over at Zelonius 92 on Twitch. If you have Amazon Prime, Twitch Prime, you can always show some support and sub using that over on Twitch. Thank you for watching the video. Let's get into it. The first tip we're going to look at is having a game plan. So many people, it's unbelievable honestly, so many people go into games on FIFA with no game plan. They have one tactic, one way of playing, and no matter if they're 6-0 up, 6-0 down, drawing, they will not change. I've literally played people who park the bus, seems to be most people on this game, who they're 3 or 4-0 down, and they've still got every man behind the ball, not even bothering to try press the ball off of me. Having a game plan so you know exactly what you will be doing at every moment of the game, depending on the scoreline, is going to make a big difference. For me, I have 4 tactics. If you want to see a more in-depth video about these tactics, me showing you how I use the formations in game, then check out my tactics video from last week. That gives you a more in-depth explanation. It will show you the instructions. I'd recommend that. But for me, I start in the defensive. I play a pretty balanced 4-2-3-1. You can see it there. I start the game like that, and I'll generally stay in this but until I'm either 2 goals up or 2 goals down. It's a pretty solid formation, nothing too risky, nothing too conservative. If I'm a goal down or feel like I'm dominating my opponent and want to make the point a bit more, press them a bit more, then I'll switch to this more balanced 4-2-3-1. It's just a little bit more aggressive, a bit more in their face, you know, put a bit more pressure onto them. Yeah, it's more attacking, but it's not my all-out attack. If I'm losing by 2 goals early on or losing with 30-35 minutes to go, I will go to my all-out constant pressure 4-4-2. It's high risk, but it's high reward. I've legit won games before when I've been 4 goals down. This tactic's pretty crazy, and since they changed the stamina so it doesn't get drained as much when you're in constant pressure or team press, it's a pretty wild tactic. It's horrible to play against, especially if people get bad gameplay. There's not a lot they can really do to deal with it. And then in the ultra defensive, this is what I go to see out a game. If someone's trying to team press me, very negative. I'll only use it near the end of a game if someone's team pressing me. And it's just a very defensive tactic that helps me control the game and see out a tight game. Ultimately, having these tactics available, having a plan, having it written down so you know exactly what you'll do, means that 1, you'll probably be more confident, but 2, it'll help you to grind out those games that you otherwise might not. A lot of the time, people miss the next ranking weekly by 1 or 2 wins. It's very tight, and those 1 or 2 wins could have been grinded out if they'd have had a game plan. Don't go into a game not knowing what you're going to do if the score changes. It's vital in my opinion, and it's a very easy thing to do. If you don't want to build your own tactics, you can copy, replicate mine using my video. Lots of people have used my tactics and told me how much it's helped them. Having a game plan isn't something that you're going to have to practice loads really. It's just writing it down and making sure you implement it in game. Try my tactics out, see what you think. Like I say, the ultra attacking one's a bit risky, but I'd rather from 2-0 down late on in a game, go for it and lose by 4, but have those odd games where I come back into it. That's the first tip. having a game plan will make a big difference. The second tip for improving quickly at FIFA is not diving in. Honestly, so many people would improve if they just kept the shape. My defensive philosophy on FIFA, and it's even more so on this FIFA, is make your opponent work for the goal. I don't want to concede unless one of two things have happened. One, I've done everything right and I've got really unlucky. But I can promise you, if you watch most goals, there is very rarely a circumstance where that has happened. There might be like, okay, you block it and it lands to the foot and they score, but normally there was a mistake before there. So the goals where you literally could not have done much more are very few and far between. But the second one, and these are probably how most goals happen, is I don't want to concede because I've made a silly mistake. But honestly, most goals on this game aren't because your opponent's done something special. The goal that I show here actually is pretty good play by the opponent, but the person who concedes it is someone who I do coaching with. He's a good player, but one of his issues that he makes a lot of mistakes with is diving in, keeping your shape, keeping your centre-backs behind the CDMs, keeping your CDMs around the edge of the box in this position is honestly so key on this game. This game, unfortunately, I wish it wasn't as much, but it's just very slow and takes a lot of patience. Not diving in will instantly improve you and make your defence far better. Let's watch this goal. We'll just watch it in live play quick. You see, pulling his men out, dives in, dives in, dives in again. Then his opponent gets an easy goal. Let's watch it back what he could have done. So here, this isn't the worst, but it's a bit too aggressive. Runs forward there. That man ends up there, not really helping. Okay, this one's pretty bad. This guy here, who's marking him, who could have marked this area to stop him being able to pass back there, has just run forward, so that's not good. Here, this guy has to be marking here now because he's been pulled out. So this guy here has to mark this area there, but he's been pulled out, so he's not in a good position now. And then this guy, this one's a bit harder because he has to either commit to there or the pass, but he dives in there and the opponent ends up scoring. It's decent passing by the opponent, but it's made all too easy by my client diving in a lot. Diving in is poison on this game. To keep your shape, be hard to break down, and I can promise you if you just defend solid and don't give easy chances away, you will drastically improve. So many people that I've coached have said just keeping shape and not diving in has changed the game and made a world of difference. The third tip that we're going to talk about here is pass accuracy. Pass accuracy is one of the simplest parts of FIFA, but it's one that a lot of people struggle with. And honestly, it's not that they struggle with it because it's that hard to pass on this game. It's because they just fall into the mistake of making silly, lazy passes and forcing passes that aren't there. One of the ways I look at it, for me, my aim as a top 100 player is to hit a 95% pass accuracy. If I hit 93, 94, I'm pretty happy. 90, it's not the end of the world, but for me, I want 95. If I hit 95%, it means 1 in 20 passes are going back to my opponent. If I hit 90%, which is what I recommend most people should be working towards, that is 1 in 10 passes. So that means I'm missing twice as many passes as 95%, giving the ball away twice as much. A lot of people that I coach end up starting around 80%. And if you're at 80%, that's 1 in 5 passes. It is going to be very hard to score a goal if 1 in 5 passes you do are going straight back to the opponent. So one of the main mistakes that people make with passing, and it's been more so over the last few FIFAs, is weak foot passes have become a lot worse. Using the wrong type of pass, so driven passes, not facing the right way. Not facing the right way in general is a big mistake a lot of people make. And then first time passes. All of these have become nerfed over the last few FIFA, so you have to think more and play more realistic passes, which isn't a bad thing, but a lot of people complain that the passing's broken, when in reality, it's them doing the wrong thing. Look at this goal that I score here. I don't really go for anything crazy. For me, the art of passing on this game is going for safe passes, building up properly, and only going for risky passes at the right time when the reward is worth it. You can't just always play safe. But like there, I didn't want to make that pass there because in that position, a towel's unlikely to face in the wrong way, pull that pass off. Okay, here, I don't play this pass here until Lucas is already past his man. A lot of people would play that pass there and end up messing it up. But I play it safe, wait for him to get into a lot of space. Here, a bit more of a risky pass because he stepped in with Smalling, but I know I can pull it off by turning that way quick with Benny. Safe pass there. I'm not trying to force it there. It's a first time pass, but Son doesn't have a weak foot, and for me the risk is worth it because the reward comes off. I can take a touch and hit it. Watch that goal back. It's very simple play, but it results in a goal with just nice, simple passing. Nothing too special in what I do in this play, but it ends up generating a goal that was very well worked and gives me a foothold in the game. Honestly, pass accuracy is a simple thing to work on, but if you consciously can work on not giving the ball away as much, looking for the space, playing the right passes, not forcing passes, it will drastically improve your game and very quickly. The fourth point, having a trick ready that you can do, maybe even two, it can change your game. So many people, when I watch their gameplay, they're so one-dimensional because they don't have a trick up their sleeve. I'm not telling you that you need to be spamming tricks or become like Fnatic Tex. You don't have to do tricks all the time. It's not that often that I use tricks, but around the box I have a few ready that I can catch my opponent off guard with. You can see here again, pretty safe passing in this build-up. Like I said about the pass accuracy, but in general, I don't use too many tricks. But here, watch what I do here. I use a heel to heel here, and that there catches him out. He thinks that I'm going to then go that way, and he overcommits. This isn't even the best example of a trick, but it just shows how a trick can give you that extra half a yard. I turn there, he's overcommitted because of the trick, and it gives me a nice, easy goal. The tricks that I recommend that are simple and easy to do are heel to heel, ball roll. Ball roll's not really to score, it's more to protect the ball. But around the box, the ones I'd recommend would be heel to heel, scoop turn, drag backs, and fake shots. If you can master those, even just one or two, add them to your game slowly and get better and better at them until they become consistent. They tend to be really good on every FIFA. Those are tricks that are consistent, they're easy to pull off, they're quick, and they seem to work on every FIFA. Add those to your game, one or two at a time, and that will drastically change how better you are outside the box. Not outside the box, around the box. Being clinical around the box will make a big difference, and a lot of it is by giving yourself the best shot angles by using tricks. If you don't use tricks, you're so much easier to read. If you can have a few tricks that your opponent has to worry about, it just gives them more to think about. That is something that you want to happen. Work on a trick or two. I'll put what do we call it, like a card, so you can go click on my skills video if you want. I did a skills video where I show you the tricks, I show you how to do them with the controller input, then I show you how I use them in game. But having tricks that you know how to do to unlock defenses will easily improve you. It's not something that's that hard. I'm not recommending really tough tricks, but practice them, it'll change your game. The fifth and final point that I want to make that's going to help you guys improve at the game is having a practice partner. So many people just blindly go into rivals, foot champs, just grind out games, looking to improve, but they don't get much consistency. Honestly, rivals is a great mode to improve, but just playing it non-stop without much thought process, yes, it will help in some ways, but it's also going to hurt you in other ways. Having a practice partner who's around your level, you don't want someone who's miles worse or miles better than you, is going to help a lot. Someone that you can trust, that you know will play pretty consistently with you, they'll give you advice, you can give them advice, and that you can train and work hard to improve together. Someone that you'll have fun playing as well, because you don't want to play and just play 10 hours a day against someone and just get bored and end up burning out. Ultimately, having fun on this game makes a big difference too. But having a practice partner that you can get some consistency with and you can see growth and improvement, that'll help a lot. When I went pro, For me, one of the best ways I improved was by playing a few other pros regularly who were better than me at the time, and it helped me improve drastically. People who know your game, know when you're doing stupid stuff and they can point it out. Practice partners in lots of different sports, video games, help drastically. And it's not something that costs a lot of money, it doesn't take a lot of time. It's pretty easy, in my opinion, to get a practice partner. And if you don't know anyone who's at a pretty similar level to you on FIFA, play some rivals games. If you have a pretty good close match against someone, why not message them and ask if they want to play a few games, if they seem like a decent player. Practice partners are something not many people have, but they help a lot. The Patreon that me, Jambu and FIFA Analyst run, there's a link in the description below to Underdog Gaming. We have tournaments every month that are dedicated to helping you guys play against good people, improve. We have a section in there for friendly, so people in our Patreon have found practice partners that they play against. They've made some good friends. We've got a community ready built to help you guys improve at the game. Practice partners will help you a lot. Honestly, a lot of people don't really value it that much, but it'll make a huge difference. So it's something... Has this video stopped? Yeah, we'll just leave the gameplay there. For some reason it stopped. But yeah, having a practice partner can drastically improve your game, and it's not something many people consider. I appreciate you watching this video, boys. If there are any tips that you think I've left out, I apologise, but the problem is that it was just a 5 tips video. If you want another one of these, I'd be happy to do it. I appreciate you watching it. Please check out one of my streams this weekend. Thank you very much for supporting the videos. I love you guys, the support you're showing me. Hope you have a good weekend. No disconnects. We're praying to EA. Please, Vancouver, no disconnects. I've been getting sick of them. But yeah, thank you for watching. Good luck. Hope you get great rewards next week. Keep it spicy.